Hey guys, TRScientist here, and today I am back for day number 7 of r/BlackHoleRevenge, and I am running out of stories fast on this subreddit. But today, somehow I have 3 stories lined up because 2 of them are really short, and if I just go with those 2, I would basically have no episode. So I added a third one that's a bit longer, and I've seen on other subreddits, some previous subreddits like Supernova and Nuclear. But let's just get into them. Let's start off with the middle. Bully me? How about I torture you? Okay, throwaway for many reasons. When I was 12, I started getting bullied. I put up with it for 4 fucking years. When I was 16, I snapped. There was 4 motherfuckers that made my life hell. So I found one of them walking home and beat him within an inch of his life with a baseball bat. Another a-hole goes tire slash and sand in his gas tank. Another got a nice serving of getting my foot shoved in his mouth after getting hit by a car. And I saved the worst for last. I hated this man so much, I ripped out his fingernails and put salt on the wound, and then I just started stomping on his hand. I just couldn't stop. On his head, I just couldn't stop. He died. After a few more incidents with the other 31, I told my parents, and we moved. I lived in fear one day. Police will come knocking. English is not my first language. You should have put the English is not first language at the top. Because I had to do a lot of correcting of your grammar there. But you stomped a person's head after ripping their fingernails out and putting salt in their wounds. What? You put sand in someone's gas tank and slash their tires? That's probably the worst thing of the whole lot. Oh my gosh. You actually just murdered someone. And this was 9 months ago as well. Jeez. Like, the statutes on murder, it's like, you have to wait a while, isn't it? Don't answer that. I'm just gonna move on to this one. You want to harm my cat? I will make you experience the pain she went through. This happened back when I was in 7th grade. I'm now in 11th grade, and I had a group of bullies when I was younger. It was a group of 3 people. The headmaster, who I call Kent, and 2 others whose names will be Kent 2 and 3. So Kent 1 lives 2 doors away from me. I had a cat named Jess. Rip Jess, I love you. So these people were the casual bullies. Made fun of me, punched me, kicked me, stuff like that. Until one day they took it too far. One day I was with my cat in the yard and I went outside to take a pee. Before I went outside, I noticed Kent 1 on their porch giving me dirty looks. When I came back, Jess was nowhere to be found, and then I heard laughing in their backyard. I went back there and saw them throwing my cat on a big rock, hurting it. Me, what the fuck are you doing? Can't 1? Playing with your cat. She's no fun though. Then he tossed it on the roof. It slipped down and fell on the vase. Jess wasn't moving. Me, just bawling my eyes out. I grabbed my cat and ran inside and told my mum, and we rushed her to the vet. She was okay. She had 2 broken legs, a fractured skull, and 4 broken ribs, and a concussion. I was seething. I confronted him later, and he was like, it wasn't me. I couldn't prove it, so he was right. Then I thought of a revenge. I grabbed a bat and brung it to school. I left an anonymous note to meet up by the sewer grate of a near park. He went and I showed up with a ski mask and a bat. Can't one, you there? Yes. Smashes him over the head with my bat. This is for breaking my cat's legs. Smashes his knees. No. This is for breaking my cat's ribs. Oh, jeez. And this is for being a dick. I threw out all the evidence and left no clue that it was me behind. He was found 5 hours later and he survived. He had to amputate his legs and couldn't speak after that. I was never caught. TLDR, my bully harmed my cat, so I turned him into a crippled. Oh no. Got a lot of practice saying can't in that one. Jeez. Dude, at least, again, we avoided the baseball to the nuts. Like, no one ever goes for the nuts with a baseball bat. Why is that? I'm fat, not weak. I posted this in 2 other revenge subreddits, was told to come here. Originally posted in r/nuclearrevenge, told I should post here too. I'd like to start off by saying that when I get angry, I get furious. My sister calls it Hulk mode when I get huge doses of adrenaline. My rage does not mix well with the fact that I don't mind watching people suffer. I'm not saying I'm a bad guy. I help people when I can. But if someone does me or someone I care about wrong, I enjoy their pain with little to no remorse. Anyway, onto the story. I am pretty much the unofficial caretaker for my youngest sister. Let's call her LS, little sister. I'm 17 and she is 6, but as her big brother and me looking around 20 to early to mid 20s, I'm constantly mistaken as her dad. I always walk her to and from school. Her elementary school is about 3 blocks from the high school. I do schooling online, so there are constantly kids my age walking by our house. Now, I love my little sister more than anything in the world, and I'm very protective of her. We love playing together and building snowmen in the winter. This is exactly when the incident took place. We live in Indiana, so we get some crazy snow. We were building a snow person family while I, the big strong brother, would pretty much stack the snowmen on top of each other while LS balled them up. I never leave LS alone outside for more than a few seconds and always keep an eye on her. We have a fenced in yard, so it should be fine, right? Keep playing. I'll go and get... So this is the guy talking. Keep playing. I'll go and get some cocoa. Yay! Cute piece of short. A kid I knew well but never had the pleasure of meeting. As I made hot chocolate, I hear LS crying. I just figured one of the 4 snowmen fell over or something like that. LS, calm down and come here. The hot cocoa is ready. She doesn't come and doesn't stop crying, but then I hear laughing. I step outside, freezing cold with no coat. There were 3 kids all around my age. We'll call the one I knew from school SH. One SH being for shorthead, and others will be 2 and 3. The snowmen were destroyed, sticks and scarves thrown everywhere, but that wasn't important. SH wasn't it? Well, isn't it Humpty Dumpty? Is this your dad? Asking LS. LS doesn't answer, and I guess SH doesn't like that. He slaps/pushes my little sister down with a strike to her face. Her nose all red, she falls and hits her head on the sidewalk and begins screaming, blood coming from the back of her head. At first, my heart stopped. My first thought and biggest fear was brain damage. I rushed over to LS and tried to pick her up, to take her aside and call an ambulance. SH1, 2, and 3 had walked up behind me without me noticing. I was too distracted. As I started to lift her, SH2 grabbed my arms, causing me to drop LS, luckily into the soft snow this time. Let me go, you mofo. She is hurt. As SH2 held me, SH3 picked up a pile of snow and just piled it on my little sister's face. By now, my little sister wasn't screaming. She was a weak whimper, so I was scared she was going to die. Black. Most people say they see red or time slows, but not me. I knew exactly what I was doing, but it was like I was watching it on TV. I bet SH2 on the farm, drawing blood. He yells as he lets go and jumps back, and I lunge forward. What now? I'm fat. I'm 6 foot on the dot and about 330 pounds. But I have also played football my whole life, and I knew how to use my size. I slammed into SH3 as hard as I could, taking him to the ground. I was on top of him and I was bringing the hammer down. I don't really know how many times I hit him, but he lost teeth, shattered his nose, and lost eyesight in one eye. My knuckles were shredded raw, but I had so much adrenaline in me, I didn't feel it. In fact, the only reason I stopped was because I heard a thump. I didn't really hear it, I felt it. I felt liquid trickle down the back of my neck. Down the back of my head. Blood. SH1 had hit me over the head with a brick. Now, this hurt after the fight, but again, when I have adrenaline pumping through me, I feel nothing. I charged at him, and as he raised the brick again, he must not have expected my speed with my size because he jumped back and hesitated. I didn't. I slammed him into my dad's truck, parked on the roadside. He dropped the brick and I punched him in the gut. He bent over and I lifted my knee to meet with his face. He falls to the ground. I pick up the brick. I walk beside him and put it on the sidewalk. I put his hand on the brick. No resistance from him. I stomped as hard as I could. He screamed, louder than anything I've heard. I do the same with his other hand. SH2, after seeing his buddy's pummeled, ran. Turns out he called the cops and said I killed his friends. I walked over to LS, who was breathing, but it was weak. I called an ambulance, but the only thing I muttered was she's hurt and I dress. When I hung up, I passed out. I woke up handcuffed to a hospital bed, not knowing what happened. Apparently, I broke multiple bones in both my hands and needed stitches on the back of my head. My little sister was fine. She had just lost a lot of blood. SH1 and 2 and 3, not so lucky. The other thing I did to SH2 was bite his thumb. I guess I didn't know I had almost been his thumb off. What? SH1 had serious hand injuries, needing multiple hand surgeries on each one. I later found out he lost 3 fingers and can't use his right hand. But SH3 got the worst of it. He lost his sense of smell, lost eyesight in one eye, bit a hole in his tongue, ow, fractured his jaw, lost multiple teeth, fractured his skull, and had major swelling on the brain, in which he barely survived by the skin of his teeth. At least the ones he had left. After a bit, a nurse came and checked on me, saw I was awake, and went to get a cop. The cop came in and asked me a bunch of questions, and I told the truth. I don't know, it was Black. He then uncuffed me from the bed and said that they watched security cameras, and while a bit excessive, I acted in self-defense of myself and others. Some might ask how I can describe the fight so well if it was all black. I'm real, like watching TV. Another good question would be about the beginning, where I said I enjoyed others suffering if they deserved it. To answer both questions, I have the security recording. The police watch the footage from the monitor, but the camera also gets sent to our phones. I love watching it. I've probably watched it a million times. I only have two regrets about the whole ordeal. I let SH2 get away with only a small injury. My last regret? I don't think they suffered enough. The footage showed the fight lasted less than a minute and a half. I wish it would have been hours. Oh my gosh. Oh, you smashed a person's hand on a brick. You always took a fob off the guy and pummeled a dude to the point that he almost died. Oh my gosh. I guess this does belong on BlackHoleRevenge. Jeez. Anyways, I'm going to end this episode here. Links will be in the description to my main channel and also the second channel for you guys to go check out. Along with links on the screen to the playlist in the last episode, go check them out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. Ding and ding. I'm Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist out.